If you're an ambitious, driven mom or dad, this training is going to teach you how to lose 20 pounds and do it the sustainable way, right? I want to teach you how you can make that type of progress without super restrictive diets or sacrificing the free time that you already don't have. And I'm excited to dive into things today. My name is Chris. I'm an online fitness coach. I am a dad to 3 girls, and I understand exactly the time demands and constraints that most parents deal with, in addition to just managing all the chaos that you have going on in your life right now. And so what I want to do is teach you the sustainable route here so that you can keep up with your career, with your kids, and just dominate in all aspects of life while making sustainable weight loss progress. Okay, so this video, it is for you if you feel like there's no time for you to exercise between everything else you got going on with work and kids and all of your responsibilities. If you're dead tired from cooking and cleaning, handling the chores around the house, getting the kids ready for school, getting the kids into bed on time, if you find yourself prioritizing the health and wellness of everybody else in your life before your own, and you find that your own health and fitness goals kind of get pushed to the back burner. Maybe, you've lost 10 pounds in the past, but then gained it all back because life happens and you have trouble maintaining progress and you find yourself yo-yoing back and forth. Or if you've ever thought, you know what, I'm going to focus on this stuff when I have more time. I think a lot of parents think, down the road, when I have more time, I'll get to this type of stuff. And if you talk to parents down the road, they're all going to tell you, you don't necessarily get a lot of time back. The nature of what you do with your time just changes. So if any of those resonate with you, we're going to dive into some strategies here that's going to help you solve those problems, okay? And so what I'm going to do in this video is show you the exact 5-step process that I use with my online fitness coaching clients, and it's helped over 100 other parents find ways to lose the weight and keep it off, do it the sustainable way, develop the right habits so that you can not only make progress, but learn how to maintain it so that when crazy things happen in life, when stuff comes up with work or the kids or anything else you have going on, you're able to adjust and transition and still find ways and strategies to be successful amidst everything else. And also be a healthy role model for your family, right? As parents, we model behavior for our kids. And a big role we can play in our child's lives is to be a healthy role model the right behavior with diet and with exercise, the healthy habits that we want them to develop. If we develop them ourselves, we can pass that along to our kids and develop generations of better health in addition to improving your own. Okay, so this is pretty powerful. And what I want you to do before we dive into all the details is imagine a future where you're able to get your workouts in without sacrificing time doing any of the other things you want to do, right? Especially spending time with your family. Having the energy to be able to show up for your career, for your family, and not feel super drained all the time. Feeling strong and capable to be able to handle all of the things that life throws at you. Pretty powerful, right? And it is possible. And again, being that healthy and active role model for your kids, for your family, even for your community, just being able to be that person who models the right behavior and can set your family up for a generation of better health and wellness. It's very powerful. And this is what I do with my clients, right? So my client, Jim, he came to me looking for something sustainable, one of the busiest people I've ever met, constantly flying across the country for his job. And then, amidst the long work hours and crazy schedule, he has to come home and manage things at home as well. We found a way to fit diet and exercise into his crazy routine. He's lost over 50 pounds at this point. He and I are still working together today. Or Amanda, who's a mom of 2. She came to me after yo-yoing back and forth for the longest time. We got her on a sustainable plan using this 5-step process. She was able to lose 10 pounds and 3.5 inches off her waistline, which is amazing. And she got off blood pressure medication, which is a pretty cool perk of just better health and wellness, right? Or my client, Ryan, he has a son, he has a demanding career, really long commutes to and from work, and wanting to lose body fat, build a little bit of muscle, and feel more capable for himself and for his family. And he was able to experience amazing progress doing just a couple 20-minute workouts a week, okay? So before we dive in and I give you the full 5-step process, I do want to share a little bit about myself because this is a process I use with myself, but a decade ago, I was lost. I didn't have a process, and I really, really was searching for something that would finally work for me. I was worried that I wasn't being the person I wanted to be, my actions just weren't matching up with what my desires were, right? I was overweight, out of shape. I said I wanted to be healthy. I said I wanted to be strong, and I wasn't emulating anything that I actually wanted to do or wanted to be. And I was stuck in a cycle of making a little bit of progress, but finding out it was unsustainable, burning out, quitting, and starting that process all over again, okay? And the biggest worry I had was being able to show up for my family, because that's the most important thing that any of us parents deal with, right? Being there for your family and being that person that they need. And I even thought, like, maybe this time to make progress with health and fitness, lose the body fat, get in better shape, maybe that passed me by. Like, I remember thinking, maybe you need to get started with this stuff in college or even high school to like look the way that you want to look and feel the way that you want to feel. And I thought maybe time had just passed me by and I needed to give up on things. But I did have an aha moment. I eventually zoomed out and realized, okay, you know what I've been doing is I've been taking the rapid progress approach, right? I've been trying to make progress super quickly and not really addressing any of the core problems, which really came down to my habits. I wasn't embodying anything I believed in because my habits, my actions didn't match the things that I said I wanted to do and wanted to be. So instead of hopping on another trend, doing another diet with a name, or hopping on the most popular workout program on social media, what I did was I decided to invest my time and my effort into learning how this stuff works, right? Learning how to manage training, learning how to manage nutrition, taking the slower but more sustainable approach so I could do this for the last time, make the progress I wanted to, and along the way, learn how to maintain that progress long term. Okay, so what I learned was a flexible approach is actually the approach that works best for just about everybody, and the same thing was for myself as well. The real secret here is to not have anything off limits, like food, right? So you don't have to eliminate all your favorite foods. You don't have to get rid of cookies and cake and ice cream if you enjoy it. What really is the game changer is learning how to eat those foods and develop the right relationship with them so that you can learn how to lose weight while eating them. If you can learn to lose weight while eating them, you're going to be able to make as much progress as you want because you develop the right habits and the right relationship with this stuff. And then understanding, like, I didn't have to do any of those workouts that I hated. I was always doing HIIT cardio, which I don't enjoy, running my body into the ground, feeling super sore and lethargic all the time. And once I started showing up for workouts that I looked forward to and I actually enjoyed, I got more consistent, because if you enjoy it, you'll show up more. And if you show up more, you're going to make more progress. Okay. So 10 years later, a decade later down the road, I'm still using this same system myself, and I'm using it with the people that I coach in my online fitness coaching program to lose weight, keep it off, develop the right habits, and do this stuff sustainably so that you can not only make this progress for yourself, but do it for your family. Okay. And so my mission here, and really the reason I put this training together and why I coach driven parents like yourself, is because I believe it's so unbelievably important for us to establish the right habits now. A lot of people say, oh, I'll get to it later when I have more time. If you don't get to this now, if you don't develop the right habits now, and if you don't understand and learn how to make progress with this stuff sustainably now, you're most likely going to dig yourself such a big hole that it's going to be nearly impossible to dig out of, or you just keep putting it off and never get to it at all. So to lose 20 pounds and get in the best shape of your life as a parent, you have to solve one problem. And that problem is most people start with a plan. And I want you to get on a program, okay? What do I mean by that? Most people, they're like, I want to lose weight, so I'm going to eat more vegetables and I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. And like, those are great ideas, but that's not a program. Those are just a set of ideas. They don't walk you in the direction that you want to go. Getting on a program that takes you from point A to point B and helps you make the progress and allows you to visualize how to get there, that is how to do this stuff sustainably, okay? And then when you do it that way, when you get on a program, you realize and can learn that you don't have to do a diet with a name. You don't have to be on keto and get rid of carbs, okay? Because that's not fun for anybody. You don't have to do those HIIT workouts that I mentioned I hate, which is great. And you don't have to hop from one program to another, hoping to find the one that magically helps you make progress forever, okay? This is my process that I use to help parents lose 20 pounds or more and get in the best shape of their lives without cutting out all your favorite foods and without spending all your time in the gym, okay? And it's all rooted in the 5-step process that I'm going to walk you through. Step number 1 here is going to start with a pretty robust assessment, okay? And anybody that comes into my online coaching program, what we do is we really dive deep into all the dynamics that are going on in your life right now, okay? Because if we can really dive into the details, what we can do is uncover the answers to what a tailored and personalized program looks like for you. And then when we have that information, we create a sustainable program. Okay, so getting into your likes, your dislikes, your wants, your needs, your preferences with diet and with exercise, your health history, your training history, your time constraints, access to equipment, all of these things, those answers help us understand and learn what is tailored and personalized to you. And then we take that information and we build out something sustainable. Okay, so with my client Jim, what we realized is like he only has 20 to 30 minutes a couple times a week. So what we did is we built out a strength training program for him that maximized that amount of time, and he made unbelievable progress. And it's sustainable because he can show up twice a week. He's been doing it for years. Okay. Step number 2. Okay, we did the robust assessment. Now what we can do is use that information to build out a sustainable training program and one that is effective. Obviously, it has to be effective. So you as a busy parent, you don't have to be focused on like, what exercises do I do? How many workouts should I do a week? How many sets should I do? How many reps should I do? How much weight should I lift? How much cardio should I do? All of these details, it's just way too much for the average parent who has so many other things going on. It's too much for you to have to manage on your own. Most people need help with this stuff, and that's okay. So creating some type of fitness routine that's going to fit into your life, right? And not the other way around. What we do really with training is we try to make something that stimulates change for your body. That's really all training is a stimulus that you throw at your body. And if you want to lose body fat, there's a very specific way that we can package training together, and then we bring the right nutrition and right habits in on the back end to give your body what it needs to adapt and change. Okay. And so we did this with Amanda. We found that Amanda only had a few pieces of home gym equipment at her disposal. She had 30 minutes available a few times a week, and we maximized that amount of time. We got her doing the right exercises with the right movement patterns, progressing the right way. And she was able to shave 3.5 inches off her waistline, and she got super strong, right? Which is really, really cool. You can see that from the photos. On to step 3. Step 3 is going to be nutrition program design, and we're going to do it similarly to the training program, right? We have all this information from that assessment. So what do? We take that information and we build out the most effective nutritional goals that we possibly can for you. Something that's flexible. Nothing has to be off limits, but understanding like if you want to lose these 20 pounds or more, what core elements of your diet are going to give you that change that you want, and let's be ruthlessly consistent with them and do it in a way that you actually can be consistent, because we're not going to eliminate things. We're going to make your diet as sustainable as we possibly can. When you can eat the foods that you love, in addition to obviously like mostly whole, mostly nutritious food sources, you build a diet that you can sustain, and it allows you to establish a healthy relationship with these foods so that you can learn how to eat the foods that you love while maintaining the weight loss that you make. And so for Ryan, like I mentioned before, he was still able to grab takeout when he had really long days, and on his way home, that was the only option. He was able to have pizza night with the family. Oftentimes he would be going out to work lunches or work dinners, and we found ways and built strategies into his plan to allow him to do that with simple nutritional goals that were highly effective. He lost weight and he did an amazing job. All right, on to step number 4. Now we're getting into the pieces of the puzzle that are getting you the support that you need, okay? Most people need a checkpoint to just be able to analyze how things are going. You know, if you have a weight loss plan of your own and you've never really taken consistent steps to analyze if it's working, then how do you know if it's working? And if you don't look at the little elements and details that go along with it, how do you know what is making an impact? You don't. But in my coaching program, we do weekly check-ins every single week where we dive deep into the details that matter, okay? And we use it as an opportunity for you to get every ounce of support you need, and we really zoom out and we critically analyze the details of your program that create change, right? So we talk about training, we talk about nutrition, obviously, but we also talk about life outside of this stuff too, because this has to fit into your life. What's your sleep like? What's your stress like? Really making sure that we're taking a well-rounded approach and looking at all angles of the type of progress that you could be making. We also turn the page and look to the future and say, okay, what dates do we need to put on the calendar? Is there a wedding or a trip or a vacation you have coming up that we need to plan for or plan around or put strategies in place for so that you can continue making progress or maintain the progress that you have while you're tackling all those things. Now, this is my client, Mike, and in our weekly check-ins, we're able to actually give him feedback on the exercises he was doing in his strength training program. And what that allowed him to do was get the most out of that strength training program. And we were also able to talk about nutrition and how to map out strategies for when he had work trips or when he had family outings. And as you can see, he lost a ton of body fat, built muscle, his posture even improved. He's done an unbelievable job, okay? And on to step number 5. This is the last step of the 5-step process, and it's evaluating the right things, okay? And this might seem like a no-brainer, but a lot of people screw this one up. And we're talking about progress evaluation. A lot of people, when they want to lose 20 pounds or more, they get hyper-focused on the scale, okay? And understandably so, right? Because if you want to lose weight, you got to see the scale come down. But that doesn't always tell the entire story, okay? And so what I do with my clients is we capture all forms of the progress that you can be making. And I can't tell you how many times I've had a client, go through this process, and maybe we don't see their weight predictably going down all the time. Oftentimes we'll see like the scale stays the same, but waist measurements come down half an inch or a full inch. Or month to month, progress photos are changing dramatically while maybe some other measurements aren't. But when you do all these things and you do them in a systematic way, it allows you to get a really holistic view as to how your body's changing. And it allows you to understand the true rate of progress that you are making, because the scale doesn't always tell the entire story. And so my client, Matt here, he saw incredible progress on the scale. I mean, he lost 35 pounds, but his body dramatically changed in other ways too. He lost 7 inches off his waistline, which is more than half a foot. It's crazy. It's a crazy amount of inches lost off his waist. And sometimes the scale didn't move, but we saw those inches coming off. And so we knew the process is working. We just need to keep being consistent with these things because we have all these data points. Some of them are showing that we're moving in the right direction. That's the 5-step process. So what are your options here? Your options are, you can continue to do this alone, right? Do it like me, and for a decade, just like spin your wheels and do everything wrong and spend a lot of time and money and effort into doing things that get you rapid progress that doesn't stick. Or you can skip all of that and we can work together one-on-one, right? And achieve the results that you want. I'm very passionate about helping parents do this the right way, make the right type of progress, do it in a way that's sustainable. So if that resonates with you, and if this sounds like something you think could work for you, make sure you click that link below. Start an application, and when you submit the application, I will reach out to you and we could talk more about your goals, okay? When you apply and when you sign up for one-on-one online fitness coaching with me, you get that personalized exercise program so that we can fit it into your life and help you continue to be consistent. You get the accountability from me to help you do that as well. The flexible diet plan that I mentioned so you can see results without giving up all the foods that you love. Weekly check-ins where you're getting every ounce of support that you need. You're held accountable, we stay consistent, and we make the right calls. And then I also provide exclusive course content to my one-on-one online fitness coaching clients. And again, this goes back to like developing the right tools to manage this stuff long-term. These are different deep dives into aspects of training and nutrition to help you build your knowledge base on this stuff and learn the sustainable way to manage your diet and exercise long-term, okay? So I did this with Cheryl. Cheryl's a former client of mine. We got her strength training just a couple times a week. She made unbelievable progress and her strength went through the roof. Or Justin, right? Justin, he wanted to lose body fat. He wanted to run marathons and he wanted to do all that while maintaining everything at home as a new dad. And he did an unbelievable job and accomplished all those goals. Or Yvonne, right? Yvonne, has a career in nursing. So obviously her schedule is all over the place, but we found ways to build strategies in place to allow her to train, allow her to eat right, allow her to make progress, and allow it to fit into her lifestyle, okay? So really, really important stuff. And I do have a guarantee, which is pretty cool, right? So my guarantee is I'm going to help you lose your first 15 pounds regardless, okay? So if you sign up for my coaching program, you have a guarantee from me that you will lose at least 15 pounds or we will continue working together for free until you do. Which is cool because I want you to get the help that you need. And I want you to understand that if you do, you're going to get the reassurance to know that by working with me, we are going to help you make meaningful progress toward the goals that you have. So your time, your effort, and your financial investment don't go to waste. I want you to act on this now so you can get the help that you need so you can build the habits that are going to help you live healthier long-term and get the results that you want. Okay, so again, that link to apply is below. Click the link below. Submit your application, and I will follow up with you so we can talk more about your goals and what a program might look like for you. Worst case, hey, we don't work together. That's cool. I hope you got a lot of value from this presentation, and I wish you very, very, very well. But you may continue and figure out that I needed that type of help because I'm continuing to spin my wheels. I'm just not understanding how to build things out from a personalized standpoint. the process will probably take longer, and maybe it never ends. Maybe you just continue to struggle to see the progress that you want to make. But best case, I just told you, got a guarantee. Best case, we decide to work together. You make meaningful progress towards your goal, and you understand how to develop something that's personalized and sustainable for you, because I help you every single step of the way. Okay, that link is below. Click the link below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this presentation helpful. I hope to hear from you, and really appreciate it. All right. Talk to you soon.